Hello and welcome to the Elevate podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Nowakowski. I am a salon owner, educator, mindset, and leadership coach that helps salon owners go from overwhelmed and burnt out to motivated and empowered. It is my mission to help you systemize your business, generate more profit, and create a career that you are absolutely in love with. Join us every week to learn about the small shifts you can make to elevate your business regarding mindset, marketing, social media, business systems, and so much more. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Elevate podcast. On today's episode, I'm so excited to be chatting about this topic because I feel like this buzzword is thrown around so much in our industry, and I don't think that there is a clear understanding of what it truly means, and that is luxury. Are you ready to take your salon to the next level without all the guesswork? I'm excited to introduce the launch of the Salon Owner Blueprint, the ultimate program designed to help you build, grow, and sustain a thriving salon. Whether you're just starting out or looking to fine-tune your existing business, this comprehensive blueprint covers everything you need for success, from creating a solid business structure to mastering your marketing and streamlining your hiring process, to building client loyalty, improving team earning potential, and managing operations seamlessly. The Salon Owner Blueprint literally has it all. If you're ready to stop putting out fires and to start running your salon with confidence and clarity, then the Salon Owner Blueprint is for you. Enroll today by clicking the link in the show notes or heading to www.opulentbeautypro.com/blueprint. It's time to create a salon you're proud of and to start building the business of your dreams. I would like to chat about what luxury truly is, especially in our industry, because it is so much more than just the way your space looks and the expensive products you use. Luxury is not a vibe, it is a standard. So, let's jump into today's episode and go over what I truly know to be what luxury really is. And I want to challenge the way you think about luxury inside of your salon because it's more than pretty decor, a fancy chandelier, and a chic Instagram feed. And when you understand this, it will completely transform the way your clients experience your salon, and it will absolutely 100% change your business standard so that you can actually retain more guests and so that you can actually build a stronger and better business. Let's talk about how luxury is built on standards, not aesthetics. Luxury has very little to do with how your space looks. Yes, your design matters, but that is just surface level and just a very small part of what luxury actually is. Real luxury lives in the details of how your clients actually experience your salon and actually experience your business, not just when they're walking in the door and not when they're just sitting in the chair. It is the overall experience and every single touch point, and that is including online booking, that's including the branding and all of the other things. It's in the systems, it's in the training, and it's in the consistency and the way you show up every single day and the way your team shows up every single day. And it's how you hold your team accountable to the standards you actually have in your business. And I always like to go back to the 3 companies, actually we'll talk about 4 companies that really set the standard for luxury. I think luxury is really hard for people in our industry, especially younger, newer stylists, because a lot of people in our industry, especially up and coming stylists, have never truly experienced what a luxury fine dining or 5-star hotel experience really is. And if they have, maybe they didn't understand attention to detail or truly what brings all of those things together to truly create luxury. And I'm going to talk about that today. I want you to think about Disney. I want you to think about the Ritz-Carlton. I want you to go back and listen to the podcast I just did about Alinea in Chicago. I want you to think about the French Laundry in California. What makes them legendary is not their decor. It's the way you feel when you're actually inside of their spaces. It is flawless execution. It is an anticipation of your needs and the fact that you can experience the same impeccable service every single time you visit each and every one of those businesses. So let's dive into what luxury actually means. I put together a list. There was actually somebody who posted on Facebook and was asking the question, and this is actually what's prompted this podcast today, asking the question of what do you think luxury is? And so many people just really stated the decor of their salon. And I was like, oh my gosh, people are missing a huge part and understanding of what luxury is. And that is why I'm like, I need to make this podcast. So, of course, I commented and really kind of made a list of all the things that I thought luxury was. And that is what I'm going to share with you today. So, let's talk about what I know to be what luxury truly means. Luxury is impeccable training of your team so that every guest has a seamless experience no matter who they see or no matter how many times they come into your business. It is consistency in service and it's consistency in tone and delivery. And it is anticipating clients' needs before they even realize that they need them. So I want to talk about consistency. And I am a broken record about this because so many businesses that have scaled to a very large level. And the reason why they've been able to scale is because of systems and consistency. I want you to think about Starbucks. I want you to think about McDonald's. I want you to think about all of these places. The reason they have scaled is because customers know what they can expect and they deliver the same exceptional experience most of the time. I mean, Starbucks is kind of dwindling, but every single time they go, no matter what Starbucks you go to, usually your drink will taste the same. No matter what McDonald's you go to, you know exactly what you're going to get. And that comes with standards, systems, and accountability. And I think that is something that is hugely lacking in salons. I think that salon owners, a lot of the time, are stuck behind the chair and they're so focused on their guests and they're really not focusing on the bigger picture, which is creating a consistent service inside of their salon, which automatically creates a luxury experience for clients because consistency is key for actually creating growth and for reputation and for generating revenue. I also think that lack of training is another huge issue in our industry. I feel like stylists getting out of beauty school really don't want to do apprentice programs. They really don't want to dive into a longer training program. They just want to start doing hair immediately when there is so much benefit to a training program that is actually done correctly. I think a lot of salon owners now are in a place where they can't afford it. They cannot afford to have a long training program. It is a huge investment. And it's not only that they can't afford it, I think a lot of salon owners aren't seeing their return on investment because it is very expensive to train a new stylist. It is very expensive to pay them hourly, to pour into them, not only with the money that you are giving them, but with the time and energy. For a lot of these people coming out of school, only to quickly decide maybe that they don't want to work at the salon anymore, or as soon as they start to get built up, they decide to leave and go on rents, or maybe they just decide that they don't want to do hair anymore. So a lot of salon owners are not seeing their return on investment. So I feel that impeccable training programs or actually really diving into training is something that's kind of just been thrown to the wayside because salon owners don't feel like it's worth it. When in reality, that is one of the things that is truly going to make your business thrive. And I'm actually going to do another episode on how I train my team because I think I have a really good system of where my team will do tandem services like touch-ups and blowouts with our stylists that are more established. And then they take paying models during the week, which generate revenue, which cover the cost for their hourly and product. And I will dive into that deeper in another episode, which I also think helps with the newer stylists who are ready to take on doing clients and who don't really want to spend a lot of time focusing on doing training or a longer training program. And I think this also helps them build faster because they're taking people at a lower price point, which helps build their skill. We also have a contract that clients sign or a form that they understand that it is a new person. So there is a whole system that I have that I will share in another episode. I want to talk about anticipating needs before clients even realize that they need them. So, for example, I know in my episode talking about my experience at Alinea, how Alinea anticipated my needs before I even knew I needed them. And one was that they took my valet ticket when I entered the door and they were ready to have my car waiting for me as soon as my meal was done. They anticipated that need before I realized it was going to be a bother, right? That's amazing. And then also, when I got up to go to the bathroom, there was someone there ready to walk me to the bathroom because I didn't know where the bathroom was. They anticipated that need, that I would not know where the bathroom was, that I'm not going to be wandering around looking for the bathroom, feeling flustered about not being able to find the bathroom, but also so that me looking for the bathroom would not disrupt other people's dining experience because I'm walking through places possibly that were not needed. What needs do your guests have before they even walk through the door? Like, do you have a lot of traffic in your area? Can you give them a heads up? Is there certain things that may lessen your client experience that you can kind of create a system and solution for so that your guests don't have to experience something that would be lessening their overall experience while inside of your salon? I think the best thing that you can do is send out a survey, ask people to be very honest, give them a $15 gift certificate for answering honestly to your salon, and really get some honest feedback on some frustrations that your clients have felt while either trying to book with your salon, either while they were in your stylist chair with checkout, whatever it is. Collect the data and solve the problem and create a solution. And that will help create a more luxurious experience because you're lessening the headache of when your clients are experiencing your business. For us, it was online booking. Clients hated our online booking. It was a huge issue and clearly stated on our survey when we did our guest survey that booking was a problem. So I immediately took action and looked into booking systems that were easier to use. We have since switched and our online bookings have doubled. So we need to make sure that clients experience ease when actually working with our business. How can you make it as convenient as possible? How can you make it as easy as possible? What can you upgrade so that clients feel like they're getting more than what they're paying for? I remember I worked next to my salon best friend and my best friend in real life, Shelly, and we worked next to each other. And sorry, Shelly, got quite a few of her clients because of the level of service that her clients sitting in her chair would see. Like I would hand the client their drink so they wouldn't have to reach for it. I mean, it was all sorts of things. Even something as simple as removing the color in their hairline so that their hair doesn't get stained. Luxury is attention to detail. It is so much attention to detail, and it is attention to detail in every single decision of your business. And I think a lot of people think that luxury is great beverages and a pretty space, and it is so much more than that. It's also integrity. It's also always doing the right thing, even though it may disrupt your day. It's fixing the bleeders, it's retoning if you need to, it's doing the closing consultation and fixing any of the issues that your clients have before they walk out the door. It's also excellent customer service, no matter what the situation is. It's inevitable for your business to run perfectly every single day and not to have any issues. There will always be issues. It's how you handle the issues. And luxury usually means always handling the issue in the client's favor, no matter who's right or who's wrong. And yes, we do not want clients to take advantage of us. Yes, maybe clients change their mind and don't actually like what they asked for and would like to have their hair fixed. There are so many things that pop up, and sometimes you really have to ask yourself, Is this worth losing a client over? Because 9 times out of 10, it isn't. It is so hard to gain and retain clients. You really have to do everything right, especially now more than ever. So it really is going all in on your customer service knowledge and the client experience to really ensure that they leave happy all of the time. It's also following up and following through, and that shows your clients that you care for them long term, even after they've left the chair. And it's actually being present, actually listening to your guests and not rushing through the service, actually really dialing in during the consultation and getting a very clear understanding of what the client's needs and wants are so that you can actually deliver an excellent technical experience and so that the client gets what they want. And if you don't understand what the client is wanting, having good communication to get as clear as possible while you can during that time frame, because I think communication is also something that is lacking in our industry. When you can clearly communicate, you're going to have a better outcome, especially with the client's desired result. And it is also professional conversation and true education. How do you go above and beyond for your guests? And when you are trying to be a six-figure stylists strategize. They look at their week. They see, what can I offer my guests to enhance their experience? How can I make this person's day? What can I utilize in the salon to create a better outcome technically for this guest's hair? It is really being strategic and it's not winging it. So, how are you being strategic to create that luxury experience for each guest? Are you taking notes on every client to ensure that you are recreating the first visit that they experienced when they first came to see you? Because we're all super on top of our game when we have a new client. What are things that you can write down so that you can remember the likes and dislikes that each guest have? Luxury is a standard. What top standard are you going to create for your business as a salon owner and as a hairstylist? And how are you going to either hold your team accountable or yourself accountable to sticking to those standards? Because there are a lot of salons and a lot of stylists who get really lax and comfortable when they have a full book and clients have been seeing them for years. And that's exactly the time when clients decide to turn around and to no longer see you because it's just not the same as when they first came to see you. So, client experience is everything. Here's the truth: clients don't always remember what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And luxury is the standard of making them feel valued, understood, and cared for at every single touch point. From the moment they book to the follow up and to after their appointment. And when you raise the standard of luxury, you separate yourself from every other salon that's just relying on it being a vibe. All you have to do is make sure that you put thought into every single step that your client experiences your salon and experiences you while they're sitting in your chair. So here's the takeaway and call to action for today. Here's my challenge for you. I want you to audit your salon experience. One thing that I'm going to be doing here shortly in my salon, and I'm going to share this with you all, is I'm going to have secret shoppers literally posting on Facebook. I'm going to give out gift cards to my salon so people can come into my salon and experience it for free and give me the worst possible feedback that they can so that I can course correct every single thing in my salon. So, want you to audit your salon experience? You can take my idea and do that, or you can just send out a survey. So, where are we settling for a vibe and where are we actually holding a standard in our business? Do your team members constantly meet clients' needs before they're asked? Do they follow up? Are they handling mistakes with integrity? Luxury isn't optional if you want to build a long lasting, profitable business. It's the foundation. And if you love this episode, take a moment to share it with your salon bestie owner and another salon owner who's ready to elevate. If you're ready to put these systems inside of your salon, make sure to check out our Salon Owner's Blueprint. It is literally designed to help you to create structure, standards, and strategies that bring true luxury into your client experience. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, luxury is not a vibe, people. It's a standard. And if you loved today's episode, please be sure to leave a review and subscribe because it helps us keep this podcast going. And I always love hearing feedback from our listeners. Thanks for listening and talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in to the Elevate podcast. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you would leave a review on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen. The Elevate podcast is hosted by me, Patricia Nowakowski, and is produced by Opulent Beauty Pro. To receive my free business guides, visit opulentbeautypro.com/free or click the link in the show notes. You can find me on Instagram at Opulent Beauty Pro or at Patricia_Nowakowski_OBS. If you love this show, please consider subscribing and we will see you next week.